Alex was a recent university graduate. After university, she decided to pack up and move her things to the bustling city of Ottawa, but things did not go as planned.
I'm never going to be able to pay all these bills.
In a freak bicycle accident, Alex was left injured and unable to work. With bills looming and eviction being threatened, Alex sought an SSW for support.
Hi, Alex. Come on in. Hi, so my name's Caitlin, and I'm going to be working with you today. Did you want anything to drink just before we start? A water or coffee?
No, I'm good.
All right. Okay, so just before we get going, I just want to go over the confidentiality agreement with you one more time. I think you went over it at the front with the receptionist. Okay, so just to review, everything we talk about today is going to be confidential and private, so it'll just be between you and I, except under a few exceptional circumstances. So they would be if you're at risk of harming yourself or someone else, or if a child or someone who else is vulnerable is at risk. And some less common times would be if my notes are subpoenaed in court, which is very rare, or if you actually give me written consent to share something. So that one would be on your decision. Did you have any questions or concerns about any of that?
No, that makes sense to me.
Makes sense? Great. So let's get going today. Did you want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I recently lost my job due to an injury, and I don't really have a lot of savings or money or anything to fall back on. So I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, I could see why you would be worried. That could be very stressful for you.
Yeah, and I'm worried about being able to make rent this month, bills.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It sounds very stressful. When is your rent actually due for next month?
It's due in a couple of weeks, but I'm kind of worried that between now and then I'm not going to be able to make the money to, if I pay my rent, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills for my phone, hydro, and I'm not going to be able to buy any food, so.
Oh, definitely need to make sure that you have the necessities covered. That's definitely something that we should be focusing on. Do you have any friends or family that maybe you could stay with in the meantime while you're looking for a job still and make up that extra money?
I don't. I just recently moved here because I was told that the job market was really good here, at least better than back home, but so far.
Well, we do have some temporary housing options available that we know of through some different agencies. Would you be interested in maybe looking into that option at all?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so there's one that I think that would be a really good fit for you. It's called Cornerstone Housing for Women. So it is a temporary housing type of situation, but the best part about it also is that besides the housing, they also do cover basic needs and make sure that meals are had and all of your other basic needs are met. They also offer subsidized housing to match income. So while you have a lower income, they can help you find a housing situation that will allow you to be a little more independent and pay off what you can. Would you be interested in maybe contacting them and getting that started?
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, anything that will help me get out there and not have to worry about struggling or anything.
All right, yeah, I think it sounds like a good fit for you and a great idea. So why don't we make a call to them now today? So we'll just step into the other office here so that we can actually use the speakerphone together, and we can make sure they have a bed ready for you, and you can ask them anything, any concerns that you might have about the situation. Does that sound good?
Sure, yeah. I'm going to.
Hello?
All right, well, I'm glad that went well. It's really great that they have room for you to move in there pretty soon. Are you feeling relieved knowing that you have somewhere else to go?
Yeah, it's a huge weight off my shoulders.
Great. So if we just want to revisit, you said earlier that you moved here because the job market's supposed to be better, but you've been having a bit of issues. Have you been applying around a lot lately?
Yeah, I've sent out a few resumes, but I haven't really heard anything back from anyone yet.
Oh yeah, finding a job can be really difficult. So we actually do have some resources here at the agency for that. We have a job bank, and we also have a resume writing service. Is that something you think that maybe you'd be interested in using?
Yeah, I think I could really use any help that I could get.
All right, well, how about just not to overwhelm you, we just wait until you're settled into the Cornerstone, and maybe we could come back and you can take advantage of those services a bit and help you get you going in the job search again.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Great. So if you do have any questions in the meantime, before you move into Cornerstone, you can always give me a call at the office, or even give Cornerstone Agency a call if you have any concerns.
Gabriella, like Alex, was injured and unable to work. Her bills were mounting, and she was hoping to receive the same support and care as Alex did.
Ugh, look at all these bills. I I don't know how I'm gonna make rent this month with my arm. I'm gonna be able to work.
She was put in touch with a social worker named Taryn from the Ottawa area. Their session is as follows.
Oh, hi. Come on in.
Hi,
Gabby.
How are
I'm
you?
Taryn. Good. Can I take your coat?
Sure, yeah.
Good, yeah. Okay, so, what brings, so you've looked over a confidentiality agreement?
Yeah, I went over it with the receptionist at the front.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'll just get you to sign this then.
Sure. Yeah,
Just,
this is just what I read out there.
Yep, just whatever, read that.
Okay.
Okay, so you didn't have any questions, did you?
No, it's
Okay,
pretty straightforward.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so, what brings you in today?
Well, I actually recently lost my job due to an injury from my arm. And I'm just sort of worried about making rent this month and sort of paying all my bills and groceries and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To move into my house and have her pay her reduced rent, I can help her get ahead on my mortgage payment. This sounds like a great idea. But is it ethical? I remember reading when I was in college something about personal gain in clients. Maybe I should dust off the old code of ethics. Haven't looked at that in a while. Well, it looks here to me that I'm in violation of 3 sections of the code. A social worker or social service worker shall maintain the best interest of the client as the primary professional obligation. A social worker shall not exploit the relationship with the client for personal benefit, gain, or gratification. A social worker who engages in another profession, occupation, affiliation, or calling shall not allow these outside interests to affect the social work or social service work relationship with the client. Oh, whatever. It would be.
Do you have any other questions for me? Do you need more information?
I was just thinking, I have a great deal for you.
Okay, so you can't tell anyone, but I have a room available in my house that I could rent to you.
Okay, well, I guess
It's a really great price.
I don't really have many options right
No,
now,
you
so
don't.
could you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah. I'd only charge you $200 because it sounds like you're not really going to be able to pay a lot of your bills. So I
No.
think that's an affordable price for you.
Yeah,
$200.
that's definitely a lot more cost effective than what
So
I'm paying
yeah,
right now.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So you're in?
I don't have any other options really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either I get kicked out of my apartment or
Yeah. We won't sign any paperwork.
Okay.
Just so there's no paper trail. It'll just be between you and I.
Okay.
So yeah, just $200. I think that's a great fit for you. I'll just give
Yeah?
you my phone.
Okay.
You can type in the phone number. Yeah, just
Okay.
add in your number, and I'll text you next week, and you can move in like Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Isn't that great? Don't you think
I
that's
guess
a
I'll go
great
home
idea?
and start packing.
Yeah, I would absolutely. Okay, so I think we're done here. That's like
Problem solved.
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Let me just grab your coat.
Okay. Great.
As one could tell, things did not go very well once she moved in.
Do you think you could maybe do this yourself?
No. I have other stuff to do. I have other clients I have to go see. You don't have a job. Your arm's feeling better. You can do this.
But when I moved in, we had an agreement that you were gonna help.
The agreement was that I let you live here until you get a job. You still don't have a job, so you might as well make yourself useful and clean up the house. Okay, I gotta go.